So today I wanted to create something a little bit different for you guys on my channel. I don't normally play with colour like I have today, and it was actually so fun. I have now just realised that I need to go and pick Mason up from school and I have really crazy like bird eyes, but that's okay. Alright, so first up, I've just concealed underneath my brow using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. So this one is in the shade Golden Beige. Now this one is a little bit dark, but I've got a bit of a tan at the moment, so I can make it work. And then once I've applied that, I'm just going to pat over it with my beauty blender. I'm not actually applying any powder or anything like that, just kind of patting it down. So I'm going to be using the Bperfect Carnival palette today, and the first shade I'm going to go in with is just this purple shade here. So the brush that I'm using is just a little Anastasia one. This one just came with one of my palettes. I'm just going to pat in there, and I'm just going to start tapping that in my crease area. Now I'm just going to go in with a blending brush and just use the same colour and kind of just smoke out those edges just a little bit. Using the same Anastasia brush, now I'm just going to go into this darker colour here and just darken up the crease just a little bit. So just tapping the colour on, and then I'll blend it out in a moment. And then just blending it out with my matte blending brush. Now I'm just going to go in with this blue shade here. So that one is called Sky. I'm going to pat this colour on this part of my eye here. I'm just going to dust off my brush a little bit. I don't have like 50 million brushes, so in between each colour I kind of have to clean it off. The next shade I'm going to go in with is this shade here called Funky. So I'm going to kind of place that over this area here. Alright, and then the next shade I'm going to be mixing Keen and Shuffle. So I'm just going to place these ones on like the outer edge. And then you just want to go in with like a clean blending brush and just go over those colours. And then just dipping into that sky blue colour again. Alright, now I'm just going to go back into that first shade called Wasted, the purple. And I'm just going to go back over my crease because I feel like as I've added extra colours it's kind of disappeared a little bit. So just bringing that purple back in. Next I'm just going to go in with the shade here called Breezy. So it's a little bit of a shimmerier blue, which I really like. I think it's super pretty. Now it's time to do the cut crease. So I've just taken a little bit of that concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm just using my favourite brush to do the cut crease. So this is the MAC 240 brush. So I'm going to kind of look down into my mirror on a bit of a weird angle. So while this concealer sets, you want to kind of keep looking down, otherwise you're going to get weird creases. And then I'm just going to kind of pat over the edges just to blend that a little bit. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of that purple Wasted shade, and this is on my Morphe M508 brush, and I'm just going to bring that across. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm using natural lighting, so whenever the sun goes behind a cloud or anything, it gets bright or really dark. Alright, and then I'll go in with a little bit of the shade Liquor. Looking pretty good. Alright, so the next shade I'm going to go in with is the shade here called Queenie. Just going to take that one once again on my Anastasia brush, so I have cleaned it off. And I'm going to pack this just over where I put that concealer. Now to make that little gold area pop just a little bit more, I'm just going to apply some of the Stila Kitten Calmer. These seem to run out really, really quickly. Alright, now I'm just going to go in with my Inglot gel liner. So this is just one of their black ones. This is the JLo one. And I'm just going to use that just to line my lash line so that the lashes can blend in a little bit nicer. Alright, just going to apply some mascara before I apply the false lashes. This one is still my favourite mascara. It's the Removal Volume Flash ×10. Alright, so I've just put some glue on my lashes, and while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to go in and quickly fill in my eyebrow. So this is just the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Chocolate. You guys know I literally always use this same shade. So these lashes that I'm applying are from On Lashes, and I'm pretty sure these ones are called Emilee. I think they're really pretty. They're not too thick. They're still like dramatic, but they're not over the top dramatic. They just look so big on my eyes because I have such small eyes. Once they dry, I will go back over the top and just give them another coat of liner because it really just does help that line, the lashes blend in. So just applying some of the Niod photography fluid. This does just make my skin look really dewy underneath the foundation. Now I did just run out of my MAC Give Me Sun, so I've actually purchased a slightly darker version. So this is the dark deep one. I'm gonna apply some of that to my neck. Basically just having a darker one, it's obviously gonna be a really hectic contour, which is what I like, but I'll use less product because I won't need to use so much of it. There's currently a cyclone along like the coastline heading towards Queensland, and it's so windy outside, so sorry if you guys can hear that. So like always guys, I'll link all the products that I'm using down below. So this is just a Clinique foundation, and the one that I'm using is in the shade Golden Neutral number 8. Because it's such a thick foundation, I'm just going to spray my beauty blender with some Fix Plus just to help blend that out a little bit. I've actually gone away from using super thick foundations, to be honest, just because I like the feeling of not much on my skin. I'm gonna brush that along the top of my eyebrows. I really do not like the feeling that this has on my skin when I first put it on. It's like really sticky, but now that it's drying down, it doesn't feel as bad. Super thick though. I'd probably like shear this out just a touch with some moisturizer, I think. Alright, just gonna go back in with some of that same concealer. Alright, before that concealer has a chance to crease, I'm just going to go in with some of the medium tan Australis Fresh and Flawless Press Powder. Just going to pack that under my eyes. And then just with a big brush, I'm going to go in with some of the same powder and just set my face a little bit. Just before I go in and contour my face, I'm just going to go in with this gold MAC highlight. So this is called Whisper of Guilt. I'm just going to take that on the MAC 161 brush and just kind of pack that anywhere where I would normally highlight, but just to give myself a bit of a glow. So now I'm going to go in with the MAC Deep Dark Bronzer. Just going to pack that on. Seriously, I don't think my lighting has ever changed more than it has in today's video. Like, it's a little bit frustrating, but whatever. Alright, so I've just swapped brushes. So this is just the Zoeva 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek Brush. It's probably one of my favourite parts is applying bronzer because I go from being like super white and ghost-like to having some dimension to my face. Alright, just going to spray my face with some MAC Fix Plus before I highlight. Probably shouldn't talk with my mouth open while I do that, or I'll get it all in my mouth. Gonna go in with some of that same, what do you call it, highlight that I was using before. I'm just gonna kind of pat that on this part here. So it's time to get out the Bpefect palette again. I'm just gonna go in with this light blue shade again, the shimmery one, and I'm gonna put that in my inner corner, and then we're gonna do underneath the eyes. So now I'm gonna go in with the shade Liquor, and I'm just going to put that really close to under my waterline, just kind of like on the outer corner. And then I'm going to blend a little bit of that purple just underneath that. And then I'm going to go in with some of the pink shade as well called Funky. And just apply that underneath that. Just had to change my camera battery really quickly. So now it's time for the lips. Pretty much happy with how everything is looking. So my face feels so thick and caked in foundation. Normally the other foundations that I wear, they don't feel really thick and like cakey on my face. Like this foundation almost feels like I've got clay on my face, and I'm not really digging that today. All right, so now I'm just gonna use my lip liner called Kylie. So this is from Kylie Cosmetics. I'm going to apply like a gloss today. So this is from Australis Cosmetics, and this is the Girl Boss Velvet Lip Cream in the shade Empower. Alright, so that is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching something a little bit different on my channel. If you did, like always, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So I'll see you guys in my next video.